From Studio A in the Martin Performing Arts Center, this is Wildcats Media News.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Wildcats Media News, your weekly campus news source. I'm Steven Maxwell.
And I'm Lydia Magallanes with sports.
First on Wildcats Media News, more than $10,000 of equipment was stolen out of LC's journalism lab. 4 Apple computers, 2 flat-screen TVs, as well as 2 cameras were stolen from room 208 in the Martin Performing Arts Center. The incident took place last Thursday between 3:30 and 5:30 a.m. As of now, there are no reports of a suspect by Pineville Police Department. If you have any information on this incident, you can contact the Pineville Police Department at 318-442-6603. One of LC's most popular groups had a chance to perform in front of their peers last Thursday. But for this group, they don't want the praise. They are giving it to God. I had the chance to attend the LC Voices concert. Some say these voices are heavenly.
You just need to exalt Him.
But for this group, their voices are a message from heaven.
Regardless of anything that happens in life, the Lord has called each of us to be a part of the ministry of voices and to just lead worship and to invite people to worship with us.
It is the LC Voices concert, where students and faculty have a chance to worship by singing and listening to music.
I think that's a good way to do it, and I love the way they do it, and I love the song choices that they pick. So.
Fred Gilbert has been the group's director for 7 years, and one of his favorite performances is when he has the opportunity to sing to the students.
I love to sing to our own students at Louisiana College. I love to have the opportunity for them to see what Voices is all about and to just share with them our hearts about the love of the Lord and what God means to our lives.
But for Gilbert, the group's popularity is not what's important. It's about giving praise to God.
But most of all, I want them to do a good job in sharing Christ and sharing their heart every time they get up to sing.
Voices travels around the southern U.S. to perform at churches and other events. It is an effort to raise funds to give children physical and spiritual healing. LC Pre-Med students sold t-shirts outside of Gwen as an effort to raise money for a mission trip to Guatemala. This is the second year Project Guatemala will be making a trip to the country where they hope to bring medical aid to orphans as well as share the gospel. The group will make the trip during spring break.
We'll be setting up medical clinics and sharing the gospel of Christ with orphan children in Guatemala. T-shirts are $20 or they can just give donations that'll help go towards our clinic expenses.
You can buy a shirt on the Project Guatemala t-shirt page on Facebook. One LC professor is setting aside the lectures and essays for a day and is giving a very different kind of lesson. History professor Gabriel Walker is teaching women's self-defense. On Saturday, Walker showed the basics of Krav Maga, an Israeli form of martial arts, to students in Walden Gym. The event is in response to concern from some students on having to walk around campus at night.
Everything that I've been learning, I have adapted to particular defense methods for women. So how do women normally get attacked, and how can we best respond to that in order to protect ourselves from being sexually assaulted?
The next self-defense lesson will be on April 5th from 9 to 11 a.m. After a brief hiatus, a popular musical group on campus is getting the band back together. Here's Wildcats Media's Mark Klein on hand to take the notes.
Welcome to our concert tonight from the British Isles.
The Red River Wind Symphony. The Louisiana College music group consisting of students and community members treated Gwen Auditorium to a night of music from the British Isles.
There's a lot of band lit out there that features music from Great Britain, and that's kind of where we went with it.
The music's so challenging, and so we spend a lot of hours in practice rooms with that, and on top of our natural repertoire.
The concert featured music from Scotland, England, and a timely salute to the home of St. Patrick, Ireland. An impressive part of the group is their vast age span.
We have an individual playing in this group that's 15.
It was great to get to play this music and be able to be here with everyone else and all of these really experienced people, and it's just a great environment.
And
82.
A member who's been around since the group started 25 years ago.
So that's one of the joys of teaching band, is having the students that are coming up that are really talented, that really want to become good musicians.
The final number was performed as a tribute.
And I wanted to dedicate this work to his memory.
To Director Turner's late band director, Dr. Douglas Peterson. which included a grand finale.
Tonight's best moment was probably definitely at the end with Miss Cho with the piano and just everybody just playing at Fortissimo, and it was just a great sound, and it was just incredible.
LC artist in residence May and Cho played organ during the final song, The Isle of Man, for a special group in the audience.
My parents are visiting for 2 months to just, again, spend time with me since I'm the only daughter.
All the way to Taiwan, to LC, with a stop at the British Isles. For Wildcats Media News, I'm Mark Klein.
So she wasn't the only ones firing up the Olympic Games. LC lit the torch as well. It was the first ever LC Olympic Games. Students chose teams and a country to represent. Each country had to compete in events like the three-legged wheelbarrow sack races and the frisbee toss. Students also had the chance to tweet answers for Olympic trivia. Residence Life put on the event as an effort for more extracurricular student involvement.
I remember when I was a freshman, sometimes it's hard to get out of your room and get out of what you're doing and get involved in campus, but really being in college, it's really important for each person to get involved, see what's going on instead of being in your own little bubble. So it's good for interaction. In Res Life, that's part of what we do. We're here to serve the residents, and so it's real important for us to host events like this to get people out so that we can interact with them.
However, you won't have to wait 4 years for the next one. Residence Life says they hope to make the event an annual one. Coming up next, Lydia Magallanes takes a look at sports here on campus. We'll be right back.
Find out what everyone is screaming about at Theater Louisiana College's production of Bye Bye Birdie. There's plenty of chances to see this nifty show with performances at 7 Thursday through Saturday and again on Sunday at 2, starting on March 20th for 2 weeks. Reserve your tickets now by calling 318-487-7495.
Bye Bye Birdie, Theater Louisiana College.
Our style of journalism is really up-tempo.
Hold up real quick, Nancy. Let me tell you something. I saw that report today. You are so inept. It is unstinking ridiculous how inept you are. If we get a call for a good junior high news reporter, I'm going to recommend you. Buddy, you better get it figured out. You are so in over your head. It is unbelievable.
Baseball hosted the American Southwest Conference champions this weekend. Last year, the Cats dropped their ASC title game against the University of Texas at Tyler Patriots to become the first team in LC history to finish as runner-up.
The Wildcats came together to have a good weekend at home and outscore UT Tyler 33-7 in a series sweep for the first time since 2005.
It's a big motivational tool for our baseball team right now, and now they know that they understand what they can do, and we're excited about it, and we're ready just to keep on going.
We've been struggling all year, and we finally came out and put all 3 phases of the game together and played like we know we're capable of playing.
And the win also caught the attention of the American Southwest Conference. Junior outfielder Jermaine Liggins finished the series with 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, and 3 runs scored, and landed a spot on the D3Baseball.com team of the week as well as ASC Hitter of the Week.
I'd just like to thank God for allowing me to play the best game that I probably had in my whole career.
Very good baseball player, but he's a better human being, and he had a great weekend for us, and we expect a lot of big things out of him.
It's a great opportunity, and I really appreciate the opportunity of being able to be a Wildcat, and just taking every day, and playing it like it's my last. I just thank God for all my teammates and all of us coming together and playing the game as one.
Joining Liggins with an ASC accolade this week is senior pitcher Madison Latchney, who pitched his first complete game of the season Friday night.
It was awesome. I mean, I've been working on this all year, and the team's been working hard, and I wouldn't be able to do it without them.
Madison's just a bulldog. He's a senior for us. He's one of our team leaders, and he's done everything we've asked of him. He's taken the ball every week and just done a great job, and he's very deserving of the accolade that he obtained. But again, he had a great team behind him playing this weekend, and we're just excited for both young men and for our baseball team.
The UT Tyler series sweep is just the spark the Wildcats need to improve their conference record. The Cats meet Sul Ross State for their next ASC matchup with Game 1 set for 7 p.m. Friday and a doubleheader Saturday at 1.
While Wildcat baseball took care of business at home, the Lady Cats came back from their trip to Belton, Texas, still undefeated in conference. Senior second baseman Stephanie Jaeger finished Game 3 of Sul Ross series with 2 home runs, 3 runs scored, and 4 RBI. LC Softball swept the Sul Ross Lady Lobos this weekend, improving the record to 14-0. Senior shortstop Megan Pearson started it off in Friday's doubleheader with 9 RBI and 6 runs scored and was named co-hitter of the week.
I was completely caught off guard, to be honest, but it was very rewarding and honoring and very humbling, I guess, because I've never been named hitter of the week or player of the week until this year, so it was definitely a great feeling.
The Lady Cats are back at home this weekend against Hardin-Simmons with Game 1 set for Friday night at 5 and a doubleheader Saturday at noon. After falling short in the ASC tournament, the LC women's basketball team has high expectations going into off-season workouts. Even though the Lady Cats are focused on improving for next season, there's still time for a little fun. Wildcats Media's Carolyn Thornton catches up with the team after a grueling conditioning session.
The 2013-2014 basketball season for the Louisiana College Lady Wildcats came to an unexpected end during the semifinal game of the ASC Conference Tournament. Going into the tournament, the Lady Wildcats knew that in order to reach the NCAA tournament for the 5th straight year, they had to win 3 straight games. But unfortunately, the Lady Wildcats couldn't pull it out, and they are now focusing on the upcoming season and taking lessons from this learning season.
I felt like we could have played this season a lot better. Some games we should have won that we didn't win. We could have pulled them out.
I think we definitely could have performed better. Obviously, we didn't reach the expectations that we have at the school, but we did do a lot of good things, and I think that it's just going to help us for next year. We have everybody coming back, so I feel like we'll perform better.
And the Lady Wildcats know that the off-season is where they get better and become the best.
Hoping the whole team just gets together and we work harder. We gotta get stronger. We gotta shoot better, play better defense. You know, just work on the little things, the fundamentals and stuff.
Aside from basketball, Jason Tinsley is a show all his own and sometimes provides relief for his team.
Coach Tinsley is crazy.
Probably after I think back, I probably have a lot of one-liners that are funny.
He says a lot of funny things, you know, that are just crazy, off the wall. He'll tell Nika Jones all the time that she can't outrun him backwards, she's so slow. We're gonna have bad hygiene if we had to use our left hand.
Yeah, if you ever lost the use of your dominant hand, which for most of y'all is your left hand, you would have the worst hygiene in the parish because you wouldn't be able to do anything. Your hygiene would be horrible, horrible.
But Casey Willis and Carly West can both agree that Carly had by far the funniest moment of the season.
We were running at 6:36, and I'm very slow. I didn't think I was gonna make it.
Carly wasn't gonna make it. It was like the last second, and she dove to make it, and it was so funny.
It hurt really bad, but I got it done because I didn't want everybody else to have to run another one, because they are terrible.
Now, all jokes aside, the Lady Wildcats are ready to put this season behind and get prepared for the 2014-2015 season.
We're a lot better than a 16-11 team, and we have a lot of juniors, no seniors, and so next year we'll all be seniors, and I feel like we'll have a better year than this past year, so I guess just look to move forward to next season.
For Wildcats Media Sports, I'm Carolyn Thornton.
Another set of courts is getting attention at LC. The men and women's tennis team are well into conference play and look to improve their records.
We got a young team. We're just looking to build for the future. Hopefully we can get a few conference wins at the end and have some momentum going into the offseason. Even if we lose, we all stay positive and we all laugh and have a good time, enjoy practice and work hard.
Tennis will be joining the LC baseball team at Sul Ross for a 5 p.m. match Friday and then meeting Hardin-Simmons Saturday at 2 p.m. Well, that's your look at sports, Steve. I was actually a member of the LC tennis team for some time. Unfortunately, the only thing I could do was sprint to the ball after I shanked it.
Well, hey, you'll have more time to check out the play coming up this week. So, speaking of the play, cast members from TLC's latest production, Bye Bye Birdie, said bye-bye to Louisiana College to show off their play at the mall. It was a flash mob at the Alexandria Mall, where students sang Telephone Hour and danced for mall-goers. The event was an effort to promote their new play that opens March 20th. Bye Bye Birdie is the last TLC production of the year. And for more campus news and updates, you can check out wildcatsmedia.com. For Wildcats Media News, I'm Steven Maxwell.
And with sports, I'm Lydia Magallanes.
We'll see you next week.